how come you can eat healthy yet still feel unhealthy? Let's say you've cleaned up your diet, you're taking some trendy supplements like AG1 or Armra, you're remembering the water, maybe you've even cut out gluten. Yet you're still more tired than you'd like to admit, and you have occasional bloating. On the daily, you're putting in the effort. You're grabbing that salad with grilled chicken for lunch. Sounds ideal, right? Yet you have brain fog. What's the deal? If that's you, I want to help you connect the dots between your energy and the way you eat so you can start feeling better. Let's talk about the real energy leak before you add another supplement or recipe into your life. The truth is, sometimes eating healthy isn't enough. We're talking the sneaky reason your energy's crashing, your skin's breaking out here and there, and your hormones still feel chaotic, even when your plate looks picture perfect. This isn't just a problem for your energy and hormones. It's actually a problem if you want to lose weight, and a big problem if you have a lot of things demanding your attention throughout the day, like a career and kids. Today's episode is close to my heart because this is one of the most overlooked yet foundational areas of health. 3 years ago, I was struggling to think clearly most of the day. I conjured up all the energy that I needed to work with my clients and gave my family the scraps, basically, the worst of me. I had mysterious bloating. I could not figure out why I didn't feel like myself. It made me think, is this motherhood? Is this aging? Is this the way it's always going to be? And it should have been no surprise when my blood labs showed a long list of vitamin and mineral deficiencies. Yet, I was eating tons of whole foods and exercising. How's that even possible? Here's what I see in a lot of high-functioning, high-achieving, and family-oriented women I work with. You're bloated, but not always, just enough to be annoying. You feel full or heavy after even smaller meals. You either have no appetite in the morning or you cannot go on without caffeine. You're more gassy or your skin breaks out. You're fatigued after eating, and digestion is just not consistent. Like, it's fine, but not really fine. You're varying between constipation or loose or having weird stomach pains or reflux. What is going on? These are not normal signs of being busy. They are messages from your body about a massive leak in the system. And if I say it's your gut, 99% of people will go, oh, okay, I'll just go get a probiotic. That is not the answer. First off, low energy makes total sense if you are not getting the micronutrients, aka the vitamins and minerals, from your food. These vitamins and minerals are cofactors and coenzymes, meaning they are the little workers that help to carry out vital bodily functions, including the breakdown of your food into usable energy, not to mention your immunity, your ability to heal, and your nerve function sending the signals between cells. So why are you potentially not getting the vitamins and minerals from your food? Imagine with me, your car isn't starting. So you go buy more expensive premium gas. Yet, unbeknownst to you, your piston is broken. Now, I'm not really a car person, but this makes a lot of sense to me. It doesn't matter how good the input is if you haven't repaired what's responsible for the output. Your piston is the pump that compresses the mixture of fuel and air, which then is ignited and turned into explosive energy that can do mechanical work like driving a car. It doesn't matter how expensive the gas is if the mixture is not properly compressed for explosive use. Keyword, compressed. I knew right away what my issue was when I saw the labs in context of my behavior and my life. You are not what you eat. You are only what your body can access and use. Science speak, you are what you absorb and assimilate. They're not exactly the same thing. Absorption involves the broken down substances being taken from the digestive system into the bloodstream. Assimilation incorporates those substances into your body's cells for use in energy production, growth, repair, etc. So to absorb is to get the nutrients in, and to assimilate is to use them. Poor digestion, specifically absorption, might be the reason you're tired or bloated. You could be eating the most beautifully prepped meals ever, but if this is off, your body isn't using those nutrients efficiently, which then means less energy, less hormone support, slower detox, and more inflammation, because now you've got incompletely digested particles of food in your bloodstream and your immune system is likely going to attack them. I don't want to go too deep into this because we can get into things like leaky gut, SIBO. For me, I did have more serious gut issues with bacterial imbalances, but let's just say you're just tired, digestion is a potential problem, it's not optimal. A doctor may have said you have IBS, which is a trash diagnosis that isn't going to help you, and you're not losing weight anymore because weight loss is seriously stunted by chronic inflammation. I do want to quickly touch on what disrupts digestion. So chronic stress shouldn't be a shocker. It turns off stomach acid and enzyme production. Eating food too fast or distracted, undereating, yes, not eating enough can slow digestion, overuse of antacids or medications, or a history of birth control like I had, and gut dysbiosis, which is just imbalanced gut bacteria. So what can we do right away? Let me tell you what I knew I was doing wrong. And they were patterns that were very much related to my personality, like my internal drive, plus now having small kids mixed in. One is going to be easier to work with, so let's do the easier one first. So many women teach themselves after having kids to eat like a snake. You're practically swallowing the food whole. You're just in a hurry. I get it, because I would do it too. It's like, who has time for eating? So it's going to take a little bit of reminding you to just chew your food more. I remember in my retraining period being like, whoops, I just swallowed a whole bite. And then reminding myself to count my chews until it was second nature again. You have to chew your food way more than you think. Most people chew 3 to 5 times. Really, we want to start aiming for over 15 and more than that. This releases the digestive enzymes and starts the breakdown of the food. So when you think less chewing equals more bloating, you will be more inspired to slow down, take this simple action, and let it make a difference. The second thing is starting proper digestion way before the food even hits your mouth. Optimal digestion starts when you are in the right state before you take a bite. Getting into a rest, digest, repair, reproduce, parasympathetic state is really what you want to do before you eat. And this is why I said this may take some retraining, because this involves our own patterns, really like the way we live, the way we react to things, our expectations. A lot of us get addicted to stress. So being someone who struggled with type A tendencies, control, really wanting to get a lot done in a day, I spent most of my day in a very fight or flight, sympathetic state, and your body is not primed for digestion when there's a bear on the loose in your house. And your body also doesn't know if it's really a bear on the loose or a toddler who's refusing to nap even though you have scheduled Zoom calls coming up. So what do we do? Because this is layered, right? A lot of emotions and stories can go into staying in that stressed state. Your mindset really matters, but you can't simply think yourself out of a stress pattern that is deeply ingrained. You'll be way more effective at pairing your body with your mind. Most of the communication between your brain and your body actually goes from down to up, 80% of it actually. Your body is setting off the alarm system way more than you think. So using your body to turn off the alarm is going to be so helpful. Before the first bite, slow down. Ideally sit down, but even if you can't, I get that there are times when you can't. Take some breaths. Become present. Be where your feet are. Just 2 to 3 breaths shifts your body into a parasympathetic rest and digest mode, so your stomach acid and enzymes can actually do their job. I like physiological sighs. Those are 2 short inhales in the nose and then a long exhale out the mouth. Typically, the first inhale is shorter than the second. I'm being dramatic to show you. Not the cutest one to do. But they really help me to feel like I'm calming down. I like box breaths. People do these differently, but for me, it looks like a box when it's 4 on each side, meaning 4 counts on the inhale, 4 count hold, 4 counts on the exhale, 4 count hold, inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Super simple. It's easy to remember. I like other physical sensations to get me back into my body because remember, our senses and using our body to activate our senses is going to help us turn off that alarm. So I will touch my legs to observe the feeling of my fingers on my legs. I'll touch my ear. I'll pull my ear. I'll bring myself back into my body to make sure that I'm present and start to feel a shift. You can do this. It takes some time to fully repattern, but you can notice a difference right away this week. Think of your digestion like a battery charger for every other system in your body. If it's weak, everything else is going to be running at 60%. That afternoon crash, the brain fog you're experiencing after lunch, even your skin, your mood, and your menstrual cycle are all rooted in you getting the most out of your food. So if you've been doing all the right things and you still feel off, your ability to absorb and assimilate, aka access and use, may be the key that unlocks more energy, better focus, breaking the weight loss plateau, and even a more regulated mood. And if you're ready to go deeper, we help women optimize their gut health in a very custom, specific, effective way with our Metabolic Restore Method coaching program so that they can achieve their fitness goals. Jordan had IBS symptoms that she thought she'd have to deal with for the rest of her life. Now gone. Kate had never been regular in terms of her bowel movements ever, and now she's pooping daily. The best part though, they got leaner, they got stronger, and more energized by prioritizing their internal health first. Win, win, win. You can learn more by filling out the form in the show notes. The more you tell us about the situation you're dealing with and what you really want, the more we can save you time and see if we'd be a good fit. Thanks for hanging out with me today. You are an overcomer. I'm so glad that you're here to rise up above whatever is keeping you from living your most intentional, rich, fulfilling life. Share this episode with a friend who's tired of feeling tired. I'll see you in the next one.